everybody and welcome back to the MiNameIsJake channel. We're back in Minecraft Memory Lane. For those of you who don't know what this series is, basically the idea is to start from roughly where I began playing Minecraft. I actually started in Beta 1.8, but this is Beta 1.7.3. And yes, the idea is to basically play for all the updates as and when I want to, as opposed to waiting for updates to come out. Bit of a nostalgia trip, as well as just sort of something a bit different. I also just kind of wanted to play some more older Minecraft. So this is going to be episode 2. Thank you to everybody who watched and whatever on episode 1. Not only was there good views, but there was also good watch time, which is what YouTube actually cares about. So again, thanks for that. Possibly because of the title, but we'll see. Obviously, how episode 2 goes. I did record an episode 2, but it was just kind of, I forced myself to record it and it was a bit depressing. So that went in the bin. What did we do in that episode? So 3 things basically. We did find a cave and do a little bit of caving. That's why I have full iron armor. Well, this seems to work slightly different in this game. This is like the armor health in the bottom right of the menu bar, not the sort of strength of the armor. Which I guess is fair enough. That's a little bit spooky going on there. We also finished off the house roof. Now in this version of the game, you don't have these stairs that sort of fill in this little, let me pull her up so you can see, that fill in this little nub here. So we've just got half slabs to make it not look fully ridiculous. Also, we don't have any brightness controls yet. So even though there's millions of touches in here, it looks very dark, but should be alright. Oh, and we got some diamonds as well from our little cave trip. The other thing that we started doing was building a mine shaft. As you can see, we didn't get very far because I am still using stone equipment. Apologies if you can hear sort of construction stuff going on outside. They're putting a new dry stone wall in next door, so yeah, lots of stuff being moved around. Yeah, I think I suffer very badly from SAD, which is a slightly unfortunate acronym, really. But it's for you know, seasonal affect disorder, where basically you get kind of depressed, kind of sad. Also, just a complete lack of energy was my problem. I'd basically go to work, coming back, and going to sleep. And the I kind of confirm that it's definitely what I've had because I've started feeling better. Obviously now past December the 21st. I'm recording this on January the 10th. Sorry, I just realised that there's like weeks until I go on holiday. So it's like, oh, where will I be at this time in how many weeks? So, but yeah, so I think what's really helped me lately is obviously the days are starting to get brighter again because we're past December the 21st. But another thing is, because of work being a little bit quiet and me having lots of flexi time to use, as in, you know, I've sort of worked overtime instead of paying you for it, you can then just claim it back as time off. And I've been doing that, so I've been going home at like, let's say 4:30 instead of 5:30. So it's a little bit lighter again. So I'm actually going home when, you know, it's actually not like jet dark. You know, I'm not going to work in the dark and then coming back in the dark and sort of you wasted all the daylight hours in work. So I think that's helping. What's not helping is having no sticks. Yeah, apologies if you can hear that beeping. So yeah, that is what I was sort of dealing with, and I've also had a number of people die near Christmas as well. So it's no, December is never a good month for me. But yeah, no, this is the depressed episode. This is the happy episode, or as happy as we can be. So yeah, the fact that things are getting brighter, and it's always better on weekends, because it's what 12:40 right now. I need to say this also might not be the longest episode in the world because I have stuff to do. But I thought I'd get another episode of this. It won't all be just digging in a hole. So if you're worried that this is just going to be me digging in a hole, it won't be. I'll try and find that cave again, I think, in 5 or so minutes. If we don't find one digging here. Because, of course, again, old way of doing things. So we're basically heading for about level 10-ish. Well, actually, slightly different. I've got to remember how to do it. So you want to be so that your head is block 15. Before you do strip mining. Oh, what the fuck? I was like, whoa, can I just say that scared the ever-living fuck out of me? Because I'm like, why is there people in my world? It's a single player, and of course it's the entity IDs. That legitimately gave me a small heart attack that I've been hacked in some weird and wonderful way. Somebody had got in. But of course, can't even open to a line in this version of the game. This is back when single-player Minecraft and multiplayer Minecraft were very different. Nowadays, if you don't know, sort of like, I don't know, the fork from NT, because everyone knows what that means in the Windows days. What they basically did is they scrapped single-version Minecraft, and or single-player Minecraft, and single-player Minecraft now is just playing on a locally hosted world. Massive loads of improvements for doing that. The fact that you can open to line is sort of like almost like a fortunate or happy coincidence. What it mainly did is that mods, they weren't effectively having to double check that a bug in multiplayer didn't appear in single player. If it was in either version, it was in either version, unless of course it is multiplayer specific, as in, I don't know, people, additional people can't join or whatever. But yeah, there's some memory lane stuff. I have actually come up with a bit of a list of what I want to do, because with this being sort of the opening thing, it's hard to know what you want to do. It's going to be easy from 1.8 onwards because I have a list of new stuff that I can go out and do. But to begin with, a little bit problematic. So I want a full set of new diamond stuff that will be used for sort of ceremonies, I guess, and will eventually be enchanted when you can enchant stuff. Sort of like a ceremonial set of diamond armor for when we change versions. I also want to load 1,024 blocks either way from 0, and I'm very glad to say, let me just finish getting this bit of coal out. I'm also very glad to say that this world still exists because we did have a drive failure. But it works enough that basically if you don't let it get hot, whoops. If you don't let it get hot, it still works. So I was able to get it and grab my multi-MC off of it. If you ever hear me refer to multi-MC, it's what I use for loading Minecraft. It's a Minecraft loader. The reason I don't use the default one, although I think the default one can now do this, is you can have instances. So instead of just having different versions you can switch between, but all the saves in the right place. So in theory, you could accidentally open this save in a new version of Minecraft and break it so we can never go back again. Everything's completely separate. Resource pack is like you've installed Minecraft twice, or however many times you've got it. How many instances you've got. Oh, I did have a... So yeah, and obviously with all of the SSD shortages and stuff, I haven't got it yet because I'm saving for going on holiday. So yes, obviously it's big Christmas. It was done sort of over Christmas, the episode that got deleted. So I hope you all had a good Christmas. We will continue onwards. It looks a bit dark. I also did say that I would try and find the cave, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll make that the end. I can hear things spawning. I'm not sure if that's on the surface or not. Please don't blow up me and my house. Also, the plates don't really work with doors properly in this version of the game, apparently. Right, let's see if I can find that cave. I know it wasn't too far away. I have a feeling it was over there. And that's our original hidey hole. Should I get some more food? No, I need sheep for food. It'll be good to do some exploring. What I was going to show you as well is, luckily, just wait for everything to sort itself out. Unmined works in this version of the game, so you're actually able to see where we've been. I'm not sure if it'll work live like it does in other versions of games, but we can see if we zoom in. There's our house, for example, and we can use the grids to sort of see where 1,000 blocks would be. So we would need to walk out to about there in order to get our 1,000 blocks of 1.7 Minecraft. So where was this cave that I found? Grab some extra wool in case I wander too far and need a bed. Ooh. Spoopy. Doesn't really help in this version of the game. We've got miles and miles of coal, so I'm not going to bother with any of that. Decent amount of wood as well. We are heading in the -X direction. Okay. I do want to make sure that we sort of keep it within 1,000 blocks, because I want it to be, you know, actually like relatively square. But yeah, so there's going to be a lot of walking in this game. What do I get to? 1 or 2 blocks away from 0, 0. So I'm looking back at the list of sort of objectives for Beta 1.7. Nether and the end. I'm fairly sure neither of them exist in here, but I want to double check that, and if needed, we can go to it. I also want to generate some farlands, which will involve mods. I'm not Mac. I'm not going to walk there. That feels like it a little bit in a minute. What I will actually do instead is I will TP there and generate some. But the whole idea is generate them while I'm in this version of the game. A little explore, because obviously I want to generate them. And then once we've done that, basically teleport myself back to my base. And then from there, we basically need to wait until we can get back there. I'm not going to like go back there every version. We need to wait until I've built another base or another hub and dig ourselves over there and put in a fast method of getting there before we can go back. I'm not going to keep cheating myself over there. It's just because we have to load it in this version of the game. and I'm not spending what should have been 14 years, or was 14 years, should have been 28, walking there. Not my bag, personally. Ooh, spooky hole with a bone in it, and a spider. Hi, a spider. Hi, spider. I think I did once try and teleport to the Far Lands and mustn't have done it properly. I didn't see them. Probably didn't put enough zeros in. We'll grab that bit of iron. Again, not too bothered about coal. Anything of interest in here? No, just some more coal. Nope. This will break coal to get out. Are we still heading in the right direction? Yes, we are. We're nearly we're over halfway there. And in fact, if we're nearly halfway there already, this won't be too painful. Another little interesting hole. Someone with a horn. Another little interesting tidbit of a cave. There often isn't many that go very deep down in this version of the game, it seems like. This is what you do have to do for them a little bit more. Little cow friend. And they have announced, obviously, the next version of Minecraft, as in back in 2025 and not 2011 or whatever this would have come out, 2010, that they are redoing the mob model. So instead of them just being smaller versions of the regular model, they're actually going to have their own dedicated model. So like, you know, a baby chicken is actually going to be a chick now. It'll be yellow and whatever. Ooh, that's one of the few ones that actually go quite deep. Can I get you to update? Interessant. Continuing on. I'm going to keep that on, I think, for now, because we are heading towards the 1,000 blocks that I was looking for. 1,024 will make up a chunk. So that's, but it's obviously it's generated terrain, so I don't know if I should stop at like 9. How far does this go? Yeah, like we're probably at 1,000 there. Okay, tell you what. Let me go to 8. I'm gonna walk to 800 blocks, and then we'll see. If we've only got to walk 800 to get it to actually generate, that's quite good. Okay, so that is 800 blocks. So if I save and quit the title and go into a mind, can I get it to... Oh, it's perfect. Perfection. Okay, so we've only got to walk to 800 blocks. Is there anything in that section that looks remotely interesting? I don't think so. I also don't know if the terrain necessarily looks like that. Probably. Okay. So there we are. We've only got to walk to 800 blocks in every direction, so we might as well walk... Let's go left, shall we? Let's go... Whoops. Let's head south to minus 800, and we'll do sort of like the borders, so then we can fill in the middle, possibly just via general exploring. Also, we don't want to stray too far to the right. Because we're going to start generating extra chunks that we don't intend to. So that's why I'm walking slightly left. Okay, I'm slightly cheating because I can see there's a spooky guy there. Ooh, I'll take you. Slightly cheating again because I know there's a spooky man here. Spider. Okay. Again, not too bothered about coal at the moment. I'll probably regret that decision at some point, but never mind. Have a little. Do with some coal. Oh, this is like an actual proper cave of iron and a skeleton. Yeah, I do feel like I'm slightly cheating with that on, so let me turn it off temporarily. It really does keep going. Okay, what I'm going to do is cool stuff. Cave at minus 768 61 minus 67. Okay, that is fine. Try and get out of here. It doesn't look like it wants to try and be night, so we can find a sheep quickly. That would be great. How many? We've got one. So we need two, because I don't think we can. Okay, so we need one more wool. If we can see one anywhere. Yeah. No, you're chickens. You are surplus to my requirements. That's a sheep. Hi, sheep. Well, this isn't modern Minecraft. That's not how you go through the water. You sort of splish and slash across the top. Are you a grey sheep or a white sheep? It doesn't matter in this version of the game. Hooray! Come back here, you little fuck. Right. So let's do a flob style. That was a mistake. I still control. If no one can shoot me off the top of this, that'd be fantastic. Sleep away the night. And I'll take this with me. I'll grab some paint, some wool. Yeah, that must be showing. Ooh, creepers. How much life is left, which is different to modern Minecraft. Probably better, actually. Okay, let's make some boats. That's dirt. How spiders friendly in this version of the game? In the day? What's that later edition? Also, there's no point picking up boats in this game, because when they ram into anything, or you touch them wrong, or you look at them slightly wonky, they will just explode. As will this guy's head in a moment. Oh, never mind. Is this a... no, it isn't. Because they do have spawners on the surface in this game, or in this version of the game. Let's hop in the boat. Whoops. Well, this is as fast as boats go. Okay. Lots of cows. Some more sheep. I'm not sure. Is Shears something you can do? I don't have to kill them. I remember when that used to be a thing, just random flashes of the underworld that it would show you. There's so much stuff under the ground. Not sure if we have any sugar cane back at home, so I'll grab this. But continuing on, again, this isn't meant to be Fallout the Bus, but it kind of feels like it, doesn't it? Could let you guys live and get some more regular sheep wool, I think. At least they can't sprint away. Sounds a bit heinous, to be honest, but never mind. I saw you. One of you was up here. Hey, prepare for death. 97715. Gotta be careful that I stay roughly near the edge, otherwise we're gonna have a random chunk missing. Which is why I'm glad that Unmined still works, so we can check that. I'd have built a house and something like that back when I played this game originally. Oh, nearly hit 800. 800. by 800. Okay. So if I save and quit again, go back into Unmind, reopen the world. Yeah, you see, we've missed some bits. We've missed some chunks. So we need to be quite close to 800. Okay. So, oh no, we still have it open. Come on. It's because this doesn't have any auto saving in it, so we just need to walk just a little bit in this direction. That should probably be enough. There'll be a bit of my OCD that doesn't like the fact that some bits are missing, but I think that's kind of what we're going to be lumped with a little bit. Right, so we need to walk this way now to X 800. So instead of minus 800, 800. So 1.6k. And that'll probably be where we leave this episode for now, but hopefully we'll see something interesting along the way. But also this is a great amount that we are ticking off. Ooh. Felt like an egg apple, so look how big it is. That's what she said. Slightly over 800 now. You see, this is the thing. I think if we get too anal about it, it'll just be painful. Whereas if we just sort of walk the perimeter, we can then sort of meander around for the rest of it. So we're going to have to be careful as well if we do strip mining, not to go outside of the 800 by 800. Ready for our second bout. Oops. Not exactly much quicker than jumping across the water, to be honest, is it? I do have a bone on me as well, so there's a small chance I could get a wolfie. Sort of add to the Farlands or Bust experience. I can possibly even... Oh, switch fingers. Sheep. I think we're good for sheep for a little bit. But yeah, they just break. Yep. One way of generating sticks. Cracky, we're already back near the middle again. Again, I've got to be concerned about, because I want to make sure that we're roughly hitting 1,000. If we're miles away, I'll go back. But this is another place where I'd probably build a home back in the past. What do we not need? Grey wool, goodbye. It will be faster if we can do it via boat. Oh, starting to get dark again. We'll probably make it to shore here. Gone over the 0 number now. And we'll build a hidey hole, I think, and just sort of sort out what's going on. Oh, there's almost a pre-made one here. How do I get out? A pre-made hidey hole. No, it's a little bit open to the elements. Let's block it off as well. Right. We can sort of sort our crap out a little bit. Let's build a trash chute. So I'm not bothered about snow, not bothered about so much cobble. Feather, keep the bow, keep that can stay there. One bit of dirt can go. There we are. That's some stuff sorted out. Let's make some beds, sleep away the night. Keep that there. Bring that with us. Oh, that's not my intention. We'll carry on. Someone did this for 14 years. Oh, hello. Why can I not? Great. Thanks for that. The old country back. Boat. Executive decision made. Whoop. So yes. What about gaming in 2026? Well, obviously, probably, actually probably not probably from what we've been hearing lately, but currently expected is GTA 6, which means that I'll probably play GTA 5 at some point, probably around June-ish, sort of halfway through the year, play for it again. What's kind of annoying is the fact that, you know, in this day and age, even more so than before, is the fact that it isn't coming onto PC. Is Xbox and PS5. And to be completely honest, I'm not buying an Xbox Series X at this moment in time. I don't think that's the best thing to do, to be honest with you. It's that late in the generation of PS5. I technically owned a PS5. I put in for the pre-order stuff and got one. And then sold it to a friend for the same price I bought it for, ladies and gents. I didn't gouge him. But I got one in case I thought I'd want one when I got one. But then, like, around when I got the email saying, oh, you've been selected, you can go and get it, I a friend who I was working with at the time was banging on about how badly they wanted one and had been searching for ages. And I went, I'll tell you what, you can have this. And I went and bought it for him. Exchanged it during COVID. Was it COVID? No, it'd be a bit longer than that. Maybe, possibly. Yeah. Had a PS3, had a PS4, but now I'm a PC gamer, really. But I probably am still going to buy a PS5. And there is a bit of me that's like, well, just buy the cheapest PS5 you can. So that'd be the discless regular PS5. But I kind of like, yeah, but I kind of want to play Burnout Paradise still. And that's a PS4 game that does work. Well, the Xbox One version works on the Xbox Series, because I bought it for a Secret Santa gift for somebody who was 6. Yeah, it's a bit too much for them, I think, Burnout Paradise at the minute. But it's there. Oh, I'm over 8. Ta-da! Ooh. Drop to 5, that doesn't work. Okay, so that is 8. Let's save and quit again. Little tab. Tell you what, because that took like 10 minutes. I will do another thing. Come on, unmind. Oops. Oh wait, is that automatically loaded? Yes, I've walked too far away across there, really. Annoyingly. Although I won't have to film much in the middle. If I go a little bit too far over in the bottom, that'll make it 1,000 by 1,000. Well, 2,000 by 2,000 roughly. Okay, that's fine. Back to the game. So I guess I just gotta head this way now. Is this the right way? I think this way. Yes. So this, we're now making the Z go from -800 to +800. We're trying to stay as close to 800 on the X as we can. We're a little bit over at the moment. Again, just like 1,000 blocks of old terrain, because it means you can be in the middle of the old terrain, and even when render distance get extended in future versions of the games, you'll still just see classic terrain. And if I do decide to build in the classic terrain, it's going to be nothing too big, because I still, as I say, still able to sort of sit somewhere and be, wow, I'm in Beta 1.7, even though I'm in release 1.7 or whatever. Shut up. So, yes, let's head a bit more towards 800. You can tell we're generating chunks because look how much memory we're using. It's gone from 250 to like 500 meg. So you can tell we're definitely taxing things. And we'll probably just drop into unmind for like a final check before we get to Beta 1.8, just to make sure we have filled in all the dots, because I'm happy for it to be outside of 1,000, or 1,000 in all directions from 0, but I don't want it to be like one chunk in the middle that isn't, so we get like a weird pillar of, Beta 1.8 terrain. So, that's not what we're looking for. I miss that they have ears in this version of the game. I'm sure they don't in modern versions. Also not seen any surface spawners, which are a thing in this version of the game. Usually you can easily see them in sand, because obviously the sand will collapse on top of them. I guess they're designed to be covered by like a layer of dirt, but obviously if they spawn in sand, you're not going to have that. You see, that's just nice terrain. I like the idea of still being able to be in beta 1.7, even when we're not in beta 1.7. Bok, bok, bok. Ooh, look at this place with its many holes. Another interesting cave. Fantastic. I also don't know if, obviously, in future versions of the game, when the generation's about to change, whether I'm going to sort of go in a direction and go, right, north is Beta 1.8 land, or if I'm going to do like donuts, you know, rings of new stuff. But I think once we get proper sort of biomes, that could just be a nightmare, where the rings would have to be so big. So I think we may be better trying to sort of do Farlands of Musty style. Whoops, just hit the mic arm. Farlands of Musty style, just walk in one direction to do it. So now if you know, we know if you go north from Beta 1.7 land, you're walking into Beta 1.8 stuff. Another thing you have to be careful of as well, of course, is end stuff. Because that's always just like 3 portals near spawn. Some more like interesting caves around here. There's a lot of interesting caves in this area, let's be honest. Yeah, it's a shame we're just like on our little walkthrough. We were way over 800. This is sun setting. Should we explore one of these caves and then use it to somewhere to sleep? Get some iron while we're here. And a mushroom, apparently. Oh dear. And this is before being... Wow, we're going from either side of being able to use a sword to block stuff. Oh, oh, hi. Oh dear, I've just coughed directly at you. Apologies. I kind of want to get out of here. There's also iron and exploring and fun times. No, we have a mission to complete. Right, let's sleep. Can't remember practically touching the bed in this version of the game. Oh, hey! It's better be daytime. What are you doing? Thank you. Jesus. continuing on. Again, we've got to be close to AO6. Let's couple more beds. Oh, not beds, the other things. Do need some sheep if we can see any. Oh, bloody hell, that was a waste. I'll tell you one of them. Make another one just in case I do something equally stupid again. There's some sheep here. How do you get... Oh, you right click. I remember when that was a thing. Hi, sheepies. Oops, some bones in case again we find a wolf. Another sheep over here. We'll grab because it's on its own. Well, on its own in terms of its type. Walk this way. Talk this way. Get my soda keys. Sorry. Well, continuing on. Oh. It's like when they go past sand, they make noise. It's very strange. And I guess now the generator, we can explore the caves in any version of the game. It's just it'll be less impressive. Get some more wall while we're going past. Sorry, guys. We can get to 9. Not you. I don't think said something that would have got me in trouble then. Again, apologies for loud people and construction outside, but what can you do about it? We'll just walk across this bit, I think. Could this in front be a what's-it spawner? Probably not. Should we mine some clay? Have some bricks? I can make a chimney stack thing. Okay. New temporary objective acquired. Oh god, you get millions of these. And of course, for those who don't know, back in the day, every item had its own thing. They didn't sort of clump together. So if you had 64 items on the floor, there was 64 entities sat in front of you. Which I guess is good, because a lot of those sort of modern mob farms that people do, you'd have no chance in hell of being able to do if every entity they spat out actually was rendered and on screen. Hi, little sheep. You're needed to make 9. Ah! Right, I think this is a surface spawner. But obviously it's just going to be an absolute bloody nightmare to get into, but we'll do it. This might be where we finish the episode. Now I've got to try and remember how old water physics were. Or worked, even. I don't have any sand on me, really, to drop in, or gravel. Okay, so it looks like it's only 2 blocks thick, from what I can work out. So, of course, because that would have been sand originally, wouldn't it? Good job I did keep some cobble in my inventory. There is still water there. Oh, that's it. Right, okay. Cactus. Spider. So I'm presuming the chests are under here. Saddle bread. Cocoa beans, which I think this was the only way of getting them back in the day. For like cookies and stuff. You can ride pigs in this version of the game, obviously, but nothing else. What should I get rid of? The bucket's useful. Shrooms are kind of useful. I'll get rid of one thing of cobble. Be nice to get some of this original mossy cobble. Because of course, again, in this version of the game, you can't craft it. You can only get it from these things. I was thinking it'd be cool for our so let's just chuck some stuff in here, and we can figure it out before we leave, because we're probably going to sleep here and end the episode, because it's been an hour, and I wanted the episode to be shorter than that. Never mind. Looks so good in this version of the game. Mossy cobble. It's more mossy. I'll do that for now, so I'm not sort of wasting inventory space. Great. I am going to leave it there. Let me just sleep here. So we've got it locked in. And I thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.